Hi, welcome back to one of my videos. Walking and talking is not as easy as I thought it was going to be when I set out to do this experiment. Doing a podcast is difficult. I can find that I can write every morning, and I've been doing okay at that. But talking about the things I write about is not the same as writing about it. I don't think I'm going to ever be a podcast specialist. There's quite a few people I watch and enjoy listening to and leaving comments. So some of the stuff I write about are like near-death experiences and UFOs. You probably heard about that in other videos, and there seems to be a correlation between UFOs and the afterlife, at least in so much as like Michael Newton had people that would report having been incarnated on an alien planet in an alien body, and so that's interesting. Dolores Cannon also reported the same thing. Richard Martini has the same kind of evidence from people. And so I'm listening to this stuff and I'm thinking, how do you correlate everything together and put it together? And that's what I'm trying to write about. And if I don't fall while I'm talking to you. One of the things that seems to keep coming up as an artifact of what this is, not so much the UFO, unless you include Stephen Greer's kind of, we need to upgrade our consciousness. Love is a part of his thing, and love is clearly part of the near-death experience, and people come back feeling as if the only mission that's worthwhile is being able to love. I struggle with that. There's people I'd rather not associate with. And so loving at a distance, I can do that. But like in my profession, I get to interview people for mental health every day. And there are some people that are challenging to interact with. People that I think in any other circumstance, I probably would have run away because I'm afraid for my life. You don't, until you have experienced someone that's experiencing bipolar mania, or their anger and irritation is so pronounced because of the illness, you probably have not met anger. And I'm not saying these folks are bad or, well, clearly they're not bad. It's a mental illness and therefore they suffer. It's just, we're not taught how to deal with that and and there are some things you just can't say anything to make anything better. They're simply stuck in that irritation and it's difficult for them and they don't want to be there. And then so I'm dealing with my own anxiety that comes from dealing with folks who are not agreeable most of the time. And my instinct is to run away or kiss ass. Kissing ass works. It can get you out of trouble. Passive aggressive works. I used to be a master of passive aggressive, but I think I'm doing better at being more direct in communicating what I need to communicate. Not always. There's times I bite my lip because some of the fights that I have to deal with just aren't worth fighting. And so those are the kinds of things I think about. I think about it on the way home. How could I have done this better? Is there a way I can... How do you do it better? How do you validate their existence, get them to where they need to be, and also challenge them appropriately and not be, you got to challenge them at their level. I mean, you don't ask someone who's never run a marathon to win a gold medal in it, right? So it kind of fits the theme of this video series, Walk Where You Are. I find it easier to do that in writing. There's one fellow who I encouraged to keep writing because he was ready to quit. And part of it was, I think the criticism that was leveled at him in the comments wasn't reasonable. It was, the criticism is correct, but it was also written as if grading a PhD student versus someone who was probably not quite in high school level English. It doesn't mean that that person has less of an ability to think. It just means he's not writing at that level, and he won't get there if he doesn't practice. And so you need some interaction to kind of guide that. You got to be challenged in order to improve. If no one gives you the appropriate feedback, you won't grow. So measuring when to help, how to help, and that's a thing that it's hard to figure out sometimes. And I'm kind of the guy that wants to do the rescuing and just make things better. And that's something I had to learn to get away from when I started counseling. You just can't do that as a counselor. You gotta let people experience what they experience and validate their experience and listen to them and don't give advice. As a person who is as opinionated as I am, I like to give advice. Today was challenging. The last couple of weeks, it's like we've had a Black Friday sale on mental health and everyone's showing up. There are a lot of folks that are needing help with housing and they need to be back on their meds. Loss of employment. And I don't have a measure of how bad it is in society, but the people that come to our office are usually the ones struggling the most, and the numbers have increased. My son has started karate. We talked about me doing these videos, and I haven't shown them to him yet. I'm hoping that one day he just kind of discovers them on his own. He's pretty good at finding stuff on the internet. And so we're now limiting his ability to do searches and how much time he has on the computer. But, we look up avatars for Minecraft. We talk about our heroes and line them up, and we played a couple times this week and they've changed it again. They've added more features to it and it's deeper and I guess taller. The nether is so incomprehensibly large. I don't think I can manage. It's just unwieldy and you got to find all the stuff and they're not where it's just, don't think I will ever solve Minecraft. But it is still fun to build houses, and Eston and I build while in creative, and lately we've been playing some adventure worlds where, not quite adventure, it's peaceful. And so we can do more things and not have to worry about the monsters. I guess the monsters are still kind of challenging when you're a 7-year-old and you have to contend with that. He read a book to me. I've been reading a lot. Had to put on reading glasses. Not happy about that. After I do a little bit of a walk, I'm going to head to making dinner, do a little cleanup, settle down with a book, and wait for my evening call with Eston. And I think I'm done writing for the day. I wrote one essay. I managed to write at least one essay a day. I've gotten away from doing the books, and I kind of miss the books. I just don't have time to do everything, and work, and traffic, and so it will be okay. The essay is helping me improve. I've got enough criticism and support in that area, and it's been paying enough that I've been really fortunate. And karate lessons are expensive in California, but it's covering that. So I'm going to step up the speed here. I'm going to shut off the video. I wish you well. Live long and prosper. Bye.